today we're looking at all of the states that will rob you blind. We're talking about the highest taxes, the highest real estate costs, highest car registration fees, highest parking fees, highest everything fees. If there's a way that they can squeeze some money out of you, they're gonna do it. We're talking about all the states that have the highest overall cost of living. I know there's a quote somewhere about America. Maybe it used to be for the people, by the people, or something like that. But now it is for the corporations, by the corporations. They don't even need any people. They don't care. They're just going to use robots to replace everybody on the planet. And every year, the amount of money that the average person needs just to stay afloat keeps going higher and higher and higher. And not just me, basic. Like you can live in a decent house, your car's not falling apart, you can take a few vacations, and you have some money in the bank that you can save for retirement. I mean, those basics. So get ready. Here are 10 states that will financially destroy you. All right? Now let's get it. Number 10, Oregon. Yes, they have more than the best college football uniforms in the country. Well, some people think they're ugly, but I think they're cool. They have more than trees, they have more than beer. They actually have a crippling cost of living. And when you go to Portland, depending on who you're getting your news from, it could be a paradise or it could be a nightmare. And once you realize you're gonna have to pay $1 million for that old rustic vintage dream house, I think it'll be closer to a nightmare. Because every time it rains, you're going to need to call somebody to repair that flooded basement. And pretty much everybody lives in Portland. Now, Oregon doesn't have a sales tax, but don't let that fool you. Their entire tax burden is still nearly 8.5%. They're going to get you on your property tax. And if you make a lot of money, they're going to hammer you on that income tax. And if you make a certain amount of money, they're going to tax you to get homeless people off the streets. Don't believe me? It's called the Supportive Housing Services Tax. Look it up. The median home price is around $500,000, and the average single person needs about $107,000 a year to live comfortably in Oregon. Of course, in the middle of the city, it's going to cost more than if you live out in the boondocks, but this is the average for the state. Number 9, Maryland. Now, you would think that Maryland, being a northern southern state, depends on who you're asking, that it'll be a nice, cheap little place to call home. But no. Now, it's where you can get some great seafood because it's right by the water. But you're going to be paying a pretty penny to live there. The tax burden is 9.3%, which is pretty high up there. Now, the property tax is 2.6%, but the individual tax is 4%. So the more you make, the more they take. And when it comes to getting around Maryland, you're going to need a car. However, they have some of the worst traffic in the nation. So you're going to be in your car a lot. And then when you get to whatever your destination is, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg just to park there. The median home price is around $430,000. But for the most part, the houses around that general average is going to be way out in the outskirts. So yeah, good luck with that traffic. Hope you work from home. The average person needs about $132,000 to live comfortably in Maryland. Number 8, Connecticut. This is where the rich old money, the traditionalists, stay to just continue to get richer and richer and richer. And they're proud of it too. The median home price is going to be about $440,000, which isn't the worst. But when you add in the cost of utilities, groceries, the cost of living starts to get up there. And a lot of people in Connecticut, they actually work in New York. So when you're trying to get to New York, you're going to be hit with crazy tolls. And don't get caught speeding because their traffic tickets, and not to mention their parking fees, are some of the worst in the country. So you might as well take the train, even though the train isn't that great. Now, the total tax burden is 9.9%. And the average single person needs $122,000 to live comfortably. Now, keep in mind, they do have some of the richest old money in the United States. So if you're not one of the elites, I don't know if that's the place for you. Number 7, New Jersey, a state where everything costs about twice as much as it should. Everything in the city is so old and run down, you have to ask, why does it cost so much to live there? And it's because it's close to New York City. That's it. And if you go to New York, it'll be even more. New Jersey has some of the highest property tax, income tax, and sales tax in the nation. Its total tax burden is 10.3%. The median home price is around $550,000. And the cost for a single person to live comfortably will be about $134,000 a year. So have fun in New Jersey. Number 6, Washington. Washington is like Oregon's big brother. They're kind of similar, but Washington is just a little bit better, a little bit greener, and it'll cost you a little bit more money. The median home price is at $615,000. And when it comes to groceries, utilities, and entertainment, the state is some of the highest in the country. And I don't know if Starbucks counts as your entertainment, but they love their coffee. And that's how the state makes a lot of their money, because the sales tax is up there with the highest in the country. And don't even think about parking downtown. Registration is high, parking fees are high. Now the overall tax burden is about 8.4%. And if you want to live comfortably in the state of Washington, you need to make, as a single person, $126,000 a year. Good luck. And if you're in Seattle, then you can add another $100,000 on it. Yeah, not even joking. Number 5, Alaska. Now, I know you weren't thinking that Alaska would be top 5, especially because they pay you to live here, but it is. Don't get it twisted. Groceries are going to cost you an arm and a leg because you have to fly them in from across the world, basically. And the housing costs are not as bad as the other states in the lower 48, but when you add the gas prices, the utility fees, the parking, it gets way up there. And don't get caught speeding. The fines are crazy in Alaska. The average tax burden is about 9.4%. The average single person needs $116,000 a year to live comfortably in Alaska. I just don't understand why it's so expensive if nobody wants to live there. Number 4, New York. No surprise here. Everybody knows how expensive New York is, and every year hundreds of thousands of people move there to this day. Now, there is also a bunch of people that move out, but there's still a bunch of people who continue to flock to New York. The PR for New York is amazing because the median home price is about $900,000, but the median income is $81,000. So who is moving to New York and why? If you're thinking about owning anything, it's going to be at least $1 million. And this is for like a 2-bedroom apartment, not even really a house. Now those studio apartments and having a bunch of roommates, it's doable because guess what? You're still in the Big Apple. People in New York, they basically live out on the streets and only come home to go to sleep. So if you like being out and about, I guess that place is for you. But it's going to cost you a pretty penny. Now, once you go to upstate New York, the median home price is around $415,000, which is not as bad. Now, the people in New York, they don't actually own anything in New York. They're just happy to say they live in New York City and can afford a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. Now, if you have a car, I would just tell you to get rid of it because parking fees is going to be astronomical. You're not going to be able to get anywhere because of traffic. So most people in New York never even learn how to drive. Just hop on the train and you can get anywhere you need to go. Now, the average tax burden is 12%. And if you want to live comfortably in the state of New York as a single person, it's going to be about $110,000 a year for you. But this is in the entire state. If you're talking New York City, add another $100,000 on that. Now, doesn't that sound ridiculous? But if you want to live below that line, have a bunch of roommates and just, struggle up there, I guess you can do that too on a little bit less. But yeah, good luck with that. Number 3, California. Surprise, surprise. Everybody knows California is incredibly expensive. But for the weed, the women, the weather, people are willing to pay top dollar to live here. It's the land of the rich and famous. You're definitely going to run into plenty of celebrities when you're out shopping. So I guess that's worth it. The median home price in the entire state, not just LA and San Francisco, but the entire state, it's going to be $850,000. Now, when you go to LA and San Francisco, median price is definitely going to be over $1 million. Now, you're going to need a car, but registering your car, paying for insurance, fines, everything is through the roof in California. The average tax burden is 10.4%, and the average income that you need to live comfortably in California is $128,000. However, the median income in California is only $89,000. So a lot of people in California are there struggling. No wonder why a lot of people there start selling feet pictures and a lot of other things, if you know what I mean. Number 2, Massachusetts, where the winters are cold and so are the people. And they are diehard about their sports team. I'm talking about Patriots, Celtics, Red Sox. If you go there and you're a sports fan, you're going to be okay. But if not, you're just going to be an outsider and they're going to treat you like one. Because it's one of the rudest places in the country. Yeah, I'd be mad too if I had to pay that sales tax, property tax, and the fees when it comes to parking at a Red Sox game. The median home price in Boston is about $580,000. You're basically handing over your paycheck to live in a city that's not as good as New York. I don't know. Just move to New York. The average tax burden in Massachusetts is 8.6%, and you're going to need $134,000 a year to live there comfortably as a single person. Now, before we get to number 1, if you've made it this far, make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button to see more videos like this. Now, on the number 1, Hawaii. Yes, paradise is expensive. But not just for tourists, it's expensive for everybody. Yes, the weather is great, the beaches are beautiful, but because it's on an island in the middle of nowhere, everything has to be imported from somewhere else. The price just for groceries for the month is going to be like you're taking a vacation out of the country every month. The median home price in Hawaii is going to be $800,000. And that's just the entire state. When you're talking about Honolulu, it's gonna get way more expensive than that. Now, when you add the state income tax and utilities, this is gonna be the most expensive place that you will ever live in the United States. Now, if you're Oprah and you have it like that, hey, have at it. It's just a drop in the bucket to you. But if you don't, you're really gonna wonder if all this paradise is actually worth it. Now, it's crazy to me that people go to Hawaii to retire, because when I thought you would be in a period of your life where you're trying to save money, if you're in Hawaii, the overall cost of living is gonna rob you blind. The overall tax burden in Hawaii is 11.8%, and you would need $128,000 a year to live comfortably as a single person in Hawaii. And if you're living near Honolulu, add $100,000 on top of that. Sheesh, paradise is expensive. Now, make sure to go in the comments and let me know what I got right, what I got wrong, and I'll holler at y'all later.